Saturday morning.
Now's the time to discuss what you wanted to talk about earlier.
What was that?
Well,
And when was that?
Last night, as I was leaving the room, Michael said he had something he wanted to discuss.
About the case?
no.
Because if it was about the case...
It was not about the case. It was about this.
What?
The way we're going to talk about the case. Well, it seems like you two have your story straight.
Look, we can't do this again. We can't spend the entire day at each other's throats. I think we need to agree on some ground rules here.
Such as?
I don't.
Such as assuming that everyone here is honest. That we all want to make a verdict that's fair.
I have no problem with that.
Well, that's all I wanted to say. I wasn't trying to discuss the case.
Excuse me. May I have some water, please? You gonna be okay?
Who wants to start?
I think there are several things that we haven't discussed that are important. The first is the jacket. I mean, that's something we've completely forgotten about. The prosecution says that the drugs were found in the upper right-hand pocket. But as we can see in the photo taken at the station house, there is no upper right-hand pocket.
Well,
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you see a pocket?
no, but...
But that's not the point.
That's exactly the point. What could be more the point? The cops are so brazen about their lying, they can't even keep their story straight. DeMarco stated she did not see the drugs going in the pocket, but I submit to you she did not see them coming out. They just showed up in Kuna's hands. Otherwise, where is the pocket?
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
The pocket is there, right where she says it is.
Show it to me.
It just doesn't show up in the photo, that's all. It's a bad photo.
Oh, I see.
You know how I know that? You know how I know? The defense brings it in otherwise. If what you say is true, they subpoena the code. They bring it in. The minute the cop says upper right-hand pocket, and they know it's not there, they bring in the actual code. They don't wait 2 days till the closing when the evidence can no longer be introduced. No, they bring in the code. But they didn't. Why? Because it has an upper right-hand pocket. That's why. It just doesn't show up in the photograph. There's a shadow there.
I agree with you.
Well, then why didn't the DA say that? He gets to close after the defense. Why didn't he say that?
Because he forgot. Because he's inept. Because he didn't think it would matter. I mean, think about what you're saying here. The defense gets the photo. This is the people's exhibit. The defense gets the photo. They see it doesn't have an upper right-hand pocket, and they don't say anything. They don't stand up and shout, "This has no pocket here. We want to see this coat. We demand to see this coat." No. Instead, they wait till they're summing up. Then they bring in the coat. The photo, I mean. Well, I'm sorry, but I think that's ridiculous. I mean, that is bogus.
But you're assuming that the defense is inept. That the DA is because they didn't rebut them, but that they're not. What if the defense is equally inept? I mean, what if they should have called in for the code, but they didn't? Instead, they relied mistakenly on a photo, and then
But that's not how this works. This is a pivotal point here. Cooney says, and DeMarco agrees, that the drugs were found in the upper right-hand pocket. If it can be proven there is no upper right-hand pocket, that the pocket itself does not exist, their entire testimony goes out the window. And that's the end of the case, right there, you know? It's just not something the defense would overlook.
I agree. I mean, I think...
And again, this goes back to what we discussed yesterday. We're talking about 2 cops here, not one. 2 cops said upper right-hand pocket, DeMarco and Cooney. Are they both lying? I mean, is this what, a department-wide conspiracy here? How many people in all are out to get Lester Carmichael, you know?
Who knows?
See, this is where I just don't know what to say to you. If you say that, if you actually believe there's an enormous conspiracy at work, I do not know what to say to you.
Of course there's a conspiracy at work. You say it like it's so far-fetched. Of course there is a conspiracy. And you want to know what it's called? It's called racism. Now, I know that's something we're not supposed to talk about, that we've barely discussed, But yes, it's a conspiracy, and yes, it's aimed at Lester Carmichael. It's aimed at every African-American male over the age of 12.
That is such, I'm sorry to say it, but that is such a crock.
How am I not surprised to hear you say that?
So what, you think all these cops are racist?
You say like it's the most unlikely concept in the world. Yes, I think all these cops are racist.
How do you know?
What?
I mean, you're not black.
What difference does it make? You don't have to be black. All you have to be is alive. And to have lived some part of your life outside of a shopping mall.
Oh, see now.
Meaning what?
Meaning maybe you haven't lived in New York long enough.
To do what?
To understand, to know what racism is and where to find it.
You know what? I've got to tell you, I find you incredibly presumptuous. I really do.
Yeah, well, I guess I have to live with that, won't I?
You know what I think? I think this has nothing to do with racism. At all. I just think you don't like cops.
I don't like cops.
Well, there you are then.
But that has nothing to do with this.
That has everything to do with this. You took an oath out there.
That I would listen to what they had to say, fairly.
That you treat them no differently than anyone else. No better, no worse.
And I'm not.
You are. You're saying you don't believe them just because they're cops. What if they were teachers or airline pilots? Would you feel the same way?
That's not...
No, you wouldn't. Therefore, you're treating them differently.
Look,
You're treating them worse. You're saying that because they are cops, they are innately more distrustful than teachers or airline pilots. Now that may be true, and that may be a perfectly reasonable attitude to have. But it's not what you promised. It's a violation of your oath, pure and simple.
I think it would be a violation if that's the way she felt about all cops. If she knew going in, whatever cop was up there, whatever was said, she wouldn't believe it. But I don't think that's the case here. I think it's these cops, no? I think it's what these cops said that's the problem.
But that's not what she just said. She just said she did not like cops, period. Now maybe there might be an exemplary cop she might like, but in generally speaking, she doesn't.
You're twisting my words.
How?
I think I said what she said, that these cops are bad, not all cops. In fact, I don't think these cops are all bad. I think there's one cop in particular who is.
Whom?
That's right, and particularly racist.
Let's assume for a moment that you're right.
I don't think it's something you have to assume.
Do you know it for a fact?
I have a strong sense of it.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that I am black, and that I've dealt with this kind of thing before.
Look.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. Are you questioning me on this?
No.
Because if you are, I must say I resent it.
Look,
Of course you are.
May I finish, please? Look, I'm not saying you don't have a sense of racism.
Oh, but that's not enough, is it? You need statistical evidence. You need graphs. Is that enough for me to say that I know this man? That I've known him my entire life? That I come from a neighborhood, not unlike the one we're talking about? That the only time I see this man is when he's looking for trouble? When he's cruising the streets in his car like it's a zoo? I saw him look at Carmichael, and I recognized the expression. You know why? Because it's not a look he gives any common criminal. It's a look he gives everyone, including me, who's not white.
He looked at you
Yes,
in a specific way.
with disgust.
Really?
What do you want me to do? Take a polygraph test? Yes, really.
Oh, wait a minute, before you say anything, what are you trying to say? Are you saying he's not a racist?
Well, I don't know.
Exactly, you have no idea. You have no idea about any of this. So why don't you leave it to the people who do?
Okay, that is enough. That is really enough. Who the hell do you think you are?
I'll tell you who I am. I'm someone who's sick and tired of what I'm hearing here. How dare you? Who the hell do you think you are? Talking like this, talking to a black woman here who says this man is racist, that she feels racism from him, and you question her? Who the hell do you think you are? All of you! You have never been close to a neighborhood like this. About the only thing you know about drugs is what you've seen on TV. Well, this is not TV, folks. This is real. And real means Cooney is a bastard, a no-good-run bastard who doesn't give two shits about this man's life, about this man's rights. He went out there that day with a scoop in his hand. He didn't arrest individuals committing individual crimes. He went out there that day with a scoop, and he scraped along the sidewalk, and he dumped what he found in a can. And he found, much to his surprise, he didn't pick up the human refuse that he was used to. No, he had picked up a man of substance, a man of standing, a man with the wherewithal to attract a lawyer not paid for by the state. And when he realized this, he realized he was in big trouble, that he had made a big mistake. And when he couldn't find the drugs that Borgia, as we all know, could not have possibly have seen, he planted them. Because this man of substance is black, and to Cooney, that means he's without rights. He's disposable. He can certainly take the fall for a white man in trouble.
That is such bullshit. That is... I'm sorry to say it, but... Fine. Cooney's a racist. What about Borgia, huh? What about DeMarco? Those are Hispanic women. Are they racist too?
They could be. The fact that they're Hispanic doesn't mean they're not. But that's the point. The point is that Cooney he's their sergeant. He sets the tone. When he's in the car in the morning, he says things, he sees things, he points to things. Things that DeMarco has to accept, that Borgia has to accept. He sets the tone. And it's not just him either, or them. It's the entire city. It's the time we live in. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to vote to convict a black man over the strength of their testimony without any corroborating evidence. I'm just not going to do that.
Well, I'm not going to vote to let a guilty man walk. I don't care what kind of racism there is. That man out there is a drug addict. That is obvious. And all this talk about a man of substance, he may once have been that, but he's not anymore. I mean, he can barely keep his eyes open out there. And I think it's a shame. I think it's a crying shame that in this day and age, when black kids are crying for role models and they're betrayed like this, that this kind of man should walk away unpunished.
But that's not up to you. To make that kind of judgment?
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, that's what we're here for.
No, that is not up to you to decide. What black kids need, you're here to decide whether this man is guilty or not. That is your job.
Would that it was so. I wish to God you were right. That's what I've been trying to do for 2 days now. But you won't let me. I would love to limit this discussion to the facts of the case. To guilt or to innocence. But you want to talk about racism. And you want to talk about the city. Well, if you want to talk about racism and you want to talk about the city, then let's talk about it. Let's talk about what it means if this man gets to keep his job. Because make no mistake, that's what we're talking about here. The court itself will give him probation. His punishment will be the loss of his job. But if he's innocent, if we vote to acquit this man, he gets to keep his job. And the kids in his district get to keep him for a principal. And this man with an addiction, this man who missed 100 days of school, gets to keep affecting the lives of hundreds of kids. What is more racist than that? I ask you to consign those kids to that fate. What is more racist than that?
This man may make you segments, and maybe he...
Still, it's not for you to decide. If the black community has a problem, if there's a man in power who shouldn't be there, they'll take care of it. It's not for you or us to decide.
What?
Don't we live in the same country? I mean, is it really that separate?
Today, right now it is, yes.
Oh, well, I don't believe that. I mean, I think if that's the case, we're in a terrible mess.
We are in a terrible mess.
Well, I think the only way we're going to get out of it is by working together.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but we have a jury here that is black and white. The cops were Hispanic and white. The defendant, a black man, chose a lawyer who was white.
Yeah, so?
So obviously he doesn't agree with you.
And how do you figure that?
I don't know, might think a white man could do quite well by him.
Mm-hmm. Right, it's a racist system and he thinks a white man's gonna get him a better shot. What's the point?
The point is we can't have separate courtrooms for every race.
The real point here is what are you trying to accomplish? If we don't decide this, there will be another trial. The judge will appoint another jury. And sooner or later, this man is going to be convicted. I mean, one of these days, there's going to be a trial where they just look at the facts. And when that day comes, this guy is done for. He's cooked. So the real question here is what are you trying to accomplish?
I guess I'm trying to put that day off.
And besides, I still don't see how the facts point against him. I still have reasonable doubt.
I see. Do you?
I think he's guilty.
How about you?
I think so too.
What about you? Do you have a sense?
I'm not sure.
Well, are you leaning in one direction or the other?
I don't know.
Look, if you had to say.
Please.
What?
I
Look, sooner or later you're gonna have to say something.
I'm gonna be sick.
You want me to go get the guy?
Look, I'm...
It doesn't let her!
I need help.
Obviously, I didn't mean for that to happen.
Then why did you push her so hard?
I don't know.
You know what, Michael? This is not about you. Here, this is not your private battle. You are a member of a jury. 1 of 6. Try and keep that in mind.
I guess maybe we should write a note.